Hello and welcome to Robo Monk Tarot Collective. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Today we have quite a spread in front of us. We are going to see an interesting relationship, one that you might be a part of or someone you know might be a part of. And as you go through it, think of who that would be, whether it be yourself or someone that is actually struggling with these different relationships, and see if maybe you can help or spirit can guide them in any way, sending them good vibes, or if this reading would help them in any way, please pass it on. It's something that is going to be a very interesting reading, and I'm appreciating that you are here with me today as we go through it. So Spirit led me to bring in two cards today. One of the King of Pentacles, upright, and one of the High Priestess in reverse. These two different cards are quite opposite, and then they are also upright and reverse. Okay, so the King of Pentacles could be a Taurus person, but definitely a male energy. And what that means is they're very logical, they're very action oriented, and with the Pentacles and being a king, they are a master of the material. And we see the king on his throne with the bowls on either side and up above as well, just very strong, very stout, in place. We have the grapes signifying different wealth that he is embodying, and he has a castle behind him, which also adds to that sturdiness, that strength, that significant wealth. We also have the High Priestess here, and I've gone over this in a different reading, but this is where the High Priestess is all about channeling spirit, being the gatekeeper, okay, of the spirit realm to the earth realm. And she wears a crown of the full moon and the crescent moons, and she's also stepping on a crescent moon, which signifies that she is very in touch with her feminine energy. We also have the two pillars of Solomon's temple and the backdrop of pomegranates to symbolize the feminine energy. So we have a very dominant male energy and a very strong female energy, but in reverse. So it's definitely redacted or retracted right now. So that's why this relationship is very interesting to me, and we're going to find out what's actually going on here. You may be curious right away what kind of relationship I'm talking about. So let me give you a couple of examples that Spirit has led me to. This could be an actual relationship between yourself and another person, or someone you know and another person. This could be a relationship between yourself and your work, or another person and their work. Those are the two main examples that I'm getting in this reading right now. So let's see what's going on. And of course, Spirit is always gracious enough to see a way out. There's always the next chapter. So nothing's ever complete, even though a lot of times in my readings, we start in a very precarious place, a very troubled place. Spirit always leads us to the next door that's going to open, or the next window that we can climb through. There's going to be something else that we can latch on to that is love, light, and good vibes. Okay? So, here we go. We have over here 8 images that I have divined from Spirit. And they are going to tell us this story between this King of Pentacles and this High Priestess. So, the immediate feeling that I get is the top left. I got a vision of a pirate ship and someone having to walk the plank. So back in those days, when you walked the plank, you may have seen it in the movies, you were banished from the ship and you had to jump into, hopefully not shark infested waters, but you had to jump into the water, or sometimes you were left in a smaller boat and maybe given some provisions, and then you were released on your way. Either way, being cast out from a group. That's why if you have been let go from a job, or you just aren't vibing with the career that you are in right now, you could feel this way. And I feel this is more of a voluntary exit, but for some of you, this is not. This is going to be some of the culture leading you to this because of your beliefs and your values, because of what you stand for. You're just not vibing with those other people, and you're really trying to find a different tribe. And guess what? Spirit is with you and going to catch you along the way. If this is a relationship between a person, this person might be looking for exit options. They might be looking for different ways to leave that relationship because they aren't believing in it, or maybe they think there aren't any other options in it. Okay? So with this pirate walking out into the plank, he's also walking into the water. And this is a male pirate, a male energy, walking into female energy. So this pirate has been definitely deprived of that female energy, just like this priestess, high priestess in reverse. So this male energy, even though they may not know it, is craving, absolutely 100% subconsciously craving this female energy, this connection with spirit, this connection with the feminine, this connection with openness and softness. But as you can see, this pirate has been wounded as well on the left arm. So it may be that you are feeling or have had a lot of fights lately, or you have had to defend yourself a lot lately, either in work or in a relationship, and you're feeling that wear and tear on you. You're really feeling down, and you're wondering, is this the exit point for me? All right. This next image to the right is of marbles surrounded by a chalk circle, and around it is stars and the moon, and they aren't really good representations of the stars and the moon, right? They're almost like a painting or a copy of it. It's fake, right? It looks fake. And what we have here is the marbles. And if you've ever played a game of marbles, it's a very old-fashioned game. Some of us have played it, some of us have not. But you try and knock the other marbles of your opponent out of the circle. And what we have here is all of the marbles are in the circle. Everything that you hold dear, or this person holds dear, is in this circle. And everything around it isn't quite right. It's not exactly true. There could be some secrets, there could be some falsehoods that are surrounding their belief system, and they just see what's in the circle, okay? So just like this King of Pentacles, they are really focused on material. The material world, making money typically. They just want to make money, and that's all they typically care about. There's no real sense of love, compassion, anything like that. And they just want to focus on what they want to focus on. And that can be very frustrating if that's your partner, or if you know of somebody that has a partner like that. That can be extremely frustrating if you are this high priestess kind of open feminine energy, and they are just concentrating on the material and won't open up. This other card here with the racing car, I see this King of Pentacles moving and dodging around other cars. They don't have time or don't want to have time to think about their actual situation that they're in. Okay, so they may be feeling like that, pirate, maybe even subconsciously, they don't even know it yet, but they are still concentrating on what made them money, right? What has made them feel stable in the past. And this is not to say that this King of Pentacles is a bad person. That's not the case. I think what's happening is maybe in their childhood or maybe sometime in between, they needed to survive. They needed that stability. And now that they are stable, they don't know how to stop it, right? They don't know how to quit. If this was a job situation where where you are just not feeling that job career situation anymore, and you are thinking, man, I'm earning some money through this job, but there's no heart to it. It feels empty, but I'm earning money, so that's got to be good, right? Okay. If you're still in that survival situation, yeah, that might be the case for you. But for others, you're starting to question, is money the only thing that you need to worry about in this lifetime? Those are all good questions to ask. Is that something that you're feeling right now? Is that something that really weighs you down? Or maybe there's just this little pang that you feel sometimes of emptiness? Like when you bring home the check, you look around the room and you think, I don't have time to do anything else. I got to go to work. There might be a knock on the door from Spirit to you saying, there might be some other things that you have skill sets in and plans to do, right? Spirit wants you to do a couple other things while you're here other than work and make money. And this High Priestess in reverse is that knock on the door. So for some of you in that relationship or in that career, things might start to crack, right? If you know of another couple or another person in a career and they're coming to you and saying, things aren't looking very good, right? That this person is secretive, or this job is really just not giving me the promotion I want for whatever reason. I'm not sure. They're having meetings without me. The cracks are starting to show. And in this image here, we see this man with cracks starting to form. But here's the beautiful part about it. This is Spirit making those cracks in that situation so the light can shine out. Because right now, this King of Pentacles has buried that light so deep inside of them. And again, this is a male energy, doesn't mean a male gender, okay? It can be any gender. This male energy has buried this light so deep inside of them that Spirit has to go in, crack up the situation, make little lines, and allow the light to shine from out of them. So they may have like what we call a dark night of the soul, where they are completely taken apart. And you may have to be there for them. If this is you, then I wish you so much good healing vibes through this point. If you've ever been through this point, it is not a good point that you're feeling, but there is a light that is about to shine out of you. And this is so important. It's not the most amazingest, funnest part of your life, but it's so important in your life because this is Spirit just getting through to you or to this person in this situation. And to, if it's a friend, then to have them realize what's actually going on in this situation may just get them through to the next day. And that's all they need. They need to get through to the next day. This image down below here on the bottom left is a woman, and she's very finely dressed. She has a pouch of gold, but she looks bored, and she is not facing towards the warmth of the fire. And I pictured her just not even looking at her partner, right? Just handing this pouch of gold to her partner and not even looking. And what Spirit was telling me is this is a person that provides, but is not emotionally available. Okay, so they are checking all the boxes of, I bring home enough money to feed us, right? We have a roof over our heads, check. But they are not emotionally available in this relationship. And that for an open feminine energy can be just crushing, right? They have no way of connecting with this person. If it's a career, again, this is all the money, but no meaning. And that can be crushing for a person in that situation as well. And for some of you, you are in that situation. And again, I am sorry you're in that situation. It is absolutely no fun to have no meaning in the work that you do, especially if it takes up so much of your life. But again, this is Spirit coming in and saying, it's time for a shift. It's time for those cracks to show so that the light can shine. And this woman here is actually going away from the fire, which tells me that light, that fire, is really more of the spiritual nature, the emotional warmth. And she doesn't want anything to do with it right now. Okay? And that's a lot like the King of Pentacles. All right? So she's showing that male energy because, again, it's not gender, it's energy. All right. So this next one, I got pieces of 8, and this was covered in a kind of blood, honestly. And I heard blood money, honestly. It was blood money. And this goes along with the pirate theme of the first card that we have here. This pieces of 8, and the 8 in numerology is about infinite, right? Infinite spirituality, wisdom, having that stability going between the spirituality and the earth realm. Again, with the Pentacles and the High Priestess, I mean, those, if the High Priestess and the Pentacles were both upright, that's exactly what the 8 should stand for. But since the High Priestess is in reverse, there's a lack and there's a need for it. So this money with this blood money almost, this person that's in this situation, whether it be you or a friend, is really feeling like they're selling their soul for this money. And it's not a good situation. They could be saying that if they're in a relationship like this with another person, they could be saying, well, I can't get out of it. Because if I get out of it, then I don't have a roof over my head. I don't have anyone to turn to. I will be starving. All of those different practical situations that they're really feeling trapped in that situation. So here's where Spirit really comes in. Because you may need to help this person through this. And I'm sending, and we can all send as a collective, anybody that's going through this, healing vibes, love and light, and manifesting a better tomorrow. We can all do that together right now. So let this person know who's going through this that you are sending love and light. To send them love and light, because I know there's a person out there that's going through this and they need our help too. But Spirit never lets us down. Spirit teaches us things, sometimes in a painful way, because we have been set in our ways, but Spirit needs us to change. And I see this pyramid, the step pyramid, and it is receiving all of this wonderful light and feminine energy coming down. So when the cracks have shown, and if this person is going through a dark night of the soul, they are completely open. They say, fine, Spirit, or whatever you are, I'm open, finally. And Spirit lets in that light and opens up and ignites the light inside of them. And they are able to see clearly about what's important to them. What do they want in a relationship with another person? What do they actually want in a career? And what is their spirit-led mission down here? Okay? So it may not be to make all the money in the world. It could be a lot of different things. And this is so important that Spirit is leading them down this path to be receptive, right? To turn that High Priestess in the upright position and make sure that they are listening. And this last image that I see is an arrow of light piercing the darkness. This person is going to have a spiritual awakening. And it may not feel like that. It may just feel like, I have a great idea. I have a wonderful idea. Or I know a way that I can save this relationship. Or I know of a way that I can save my career and have it be meaningful. Or it's time to move on. And it's time to do something that they feel is important to them. So all of this in this reading is coming out. So if this resonates with you, I'm sending you that love and light that you need. If you know of a person that this resonates with, send them this message. Maybe this will open up their chakras and their receptivity to Spirit as well. So all in all, thank you so much for being here with me today, Collective. I truly appreciate it. I always love finding out what Spirit has for us each and every day with you. All right, take care, and I'll see you next time.